anyway, just for the
look.
continuity.
I have
Do you mind if I take?
So you're very welcome here to PJ's Snug area. This is where we'll sample our wonderful whiskies. As you can see on the table here, we have a selection of all the different types of whiskies that we're making here. Pinot Noir, which is very nice. And also we have our wonderful Galanta, so that's our single malt whiskey.
This guy here.
Service with a smile.
This is your selection of Jenny No Drink.
Before we taste, we're going to get your palates nice and clean. So you should have water glass on each of your trays. Johnny, I think your one is there.
That's for you to pour out.
And you can pour into your little tumbler and then just take a swig and swish around your mouth. You can slip out of the decanter if you want.
I saw it.
Yeah. Mr. Rigby Sr. used to drink out of the decanter and we didn't stop him.
My granddad did.
Yeah. On opening day.
He
so
didn't care.
We don't begrudge it.
Water?
Good Irish spring water. Get your palates nice and clean. Tasting whiskey is like going on a first date. You want to introduce yourself very gently to this whiskey. Okay?
That's how that works.
And you want to use 4 different senses when you're tasting your whiskey. You want to use sight, smell, taste, and feel. Okay? So the first thing we want to do, we're going to use our sense of sight. So what we're going to do is take your whiskey glass, and we want to hold it up to the light, and just turn it ever so slowly. You don't want to swish it like wine, because what that's going to do is just release all the ethanol, so you won't get all the lovely aromas from that whiskey coming through. And just if you look at the tears falling down the side of the glass there, you hear a lot of people talking about legs and wine and whiskey, we call them tears.
Can you see that? You getting that?
I got it.
It's a 43% ABV, so it's quite high, so that's where we're going to introduce ourselves very gently.
And I'm sorry, this has been sitting and maturing for how long?
Minimum of 5 years.
You said, all right.
5 years in cask, yeah, absolutely right. So we're going to take our very first sip and nose, if you like. So make sure you keep your mouth open when you're inhaling through your nose and take a very light sip. What are you getting on that first? Remember, it's your first date. What's your first impression?
She's sweet, she's vanilla,
Yeah.
there's definitely salt. she's a hoochie coochie.
No, you're right. You're getting a lot of those vanilla notes
Yeah.
coming through from the bourbon cask in particular. You can kind of vanilla, coconut, a little bit of toffee coming through.
Yeah, and I get it on the high notes in the back. Right, John? You get it on the way back down too.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the burn is more down in here than it really is on the front.
So we're going to move on to the Pinot Noir cask single pot still. So that's the one on the little silver coaster. Yeah.
I mean, just the
Same style.
Before you said Pinot Noir.
Yeah. You're getting it's because it's French oak, it's European oak, so you're getting that lovely kind of sweetness that you'd be kind of more familiar with the Kentucky bourbon. But because the pores are slightly wider, there's a little bit more surface area for the whiskey to interact with. So it's going to pull out a lot more texture from the wood, which has been absorbed into the wine.
You just took but I even get more texture out of this than I did the first one.
You would. It's had more time. It's definitely a more flavoursome wood profile that's going to come through there as well. But you're still getting those pot spices, which is like the signature note of a single pot still.
There's so much more in your palate.
It's more. It's on the front of my palate, right? Oh, you guys. Right?
It's a different finish. You don't get that tingle to the back. It's like the tip of your tongue, very light, very delicate.
And the tip.
Yeah. Especially for 43%, 86 proof.
Sorry, I apologize.
You're in Ireland. You can make those jokes here. It's fine.
He's young, 26.
What we're going to taste now, this is the last one that we have at the moment because there is more whiskey in the works. Sorry, Diana, I'm going to spill that on you. This, as Shay mentioned, this is our Galanta single malt Irish whiskey. So there's only malted barley used to create this. Aged in Kentucky bourbon casks and a little bit of Marsala cask influence in here as well. Now the word Galanta itself, it's an old Celtic Gaelic word. It means excellence and nobility, and it's all about celebrating the coming together of the knowledge of Pat Rigney and Brian Taft, who's our head distiller, to create this truly excellent whiskey. Single malt is not a style of whiskey you would traditionally see in Ireland, so it's a little bit boundary pushing to see that coming, especially from the west.
Smells like an apple.
Yeah, again, that malted barley, I remember saying earlier on, you're getting a lot more of that kind of green maligness coming through. You get these kind of red apple candy notes coming through again.
I want to try.
Yeah, I see it.
It's still on.
Spicy.
So I'd have to say my favorite one was the single malt, the Galenta single malt by far. Nice sweet taste, didn't burn at all. I could drink that stuff all day.
And I like the traditional Irish pot still whiskey, malted barley and unmalted, delicious. And this has a little hint of oat to it too. Beautiful.
Sweet.
That's it for today. Like, subscribe, comment. Cheers.